Imagine getting your questions answered by a multi-millionaire property developer. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do in my latest video. I'm going to take you behind the scenes to one of my live mastermind days where I'm going to be answering two very important questions. Number one, how do you convince an investor to give you money if you haven't got the experience? And number two, how do you go and raise the money if you haven't yet got your power team? If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell, give me a like. So let's do this. Let's go behind the scenes. And I really hope you enjoy this amazing content.
Right, talking investors, and I have managed to get one investor for our thing.
Nice.
Obviously,
Thing, what's a thing?
our thing.
Our thing.
Our thing. Yes, our business.
I mean, our successful business.
Yes. Our successful, proven.
So you girls doing it together, yeah?
Part done.
You girls are business partners.
Yeah.
You're doing it together. Okay, awesome.
And I had two others possible, but they were more concerned that we haven't got a proven record of deals.
Okay.
Which sort of like put them on the backstone.
Okay. Great. So I had to overcome that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Great question. How do you overcome an investor that wants you to have more of a track record than what you've basically
obviously
got?
Just set up if they go on Company's House within 2
That's
weeks.
fine.
Yeah. You know, it's not something.
Okay. No, it's a good point. I'm glad it's being brought up. So the bottom line is, with some private funders, you just can't overcome it. But that's not many, to be fact. That's only more if you allow that to be a problem. So, you know, if you're out with a private funder, you can just, hey, be honest and open, yeah? You can say, you know, this is a new company. We're moving into the Chelmsford area, but just so you know, I've actually got X number of years experience in this, in this, in this, in this, and you use your life experience as a way to pitch somebody, yeah? So I don't know, have you done property before? No. What do you do? Okay, so you've done, so when did you buy your first property?
I bought property 4 years ago.
4 years.
And I ran it as an SA.
And you ran it as an SA, so there you go. You
in
have
a different country.
you have
Get
right.
that in as well.
Mate, that sounds even more exotic now.
Exactly.
Actually, we've been an international company up until now. We've been running our stuff overseas, yeah, and we've decided to take full advantage of the UK market. Yeah, it's a play on words, isn't it? Yeah. So you have actually. So maybe you've missed that link when speaking to these people. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, what I did say is that I'd stood and appreciate where they came from.
Good, you did use that. Well done. I understand, appreciate.
And maybe we can come back to you in a few months' time to prove that, you know, we know what we're doing and where we're going, and we talk about it then, and they agreed to that. So.
Okay, cool. So you'll build more confidence. So well done for doing that, and you can go back to them. They probably, with a bit of a push and maybe another meeting, and you being more confident and having more conviction, you probably could have got them to agree to come in on one deal at $5,000. But it's just a confidence thing. So what you can do is use your years of experience. Like, what have you done in your life? Have you had a career, a job, or what would you say some of your, what's that been?
Mainly at the moment it's teaching.
Teaching, okay. Raise your hand if you trust a teacher, by the way. Yeah, not Mrs. O'Brien, but yeah, most teachers. Okay, so man, that goes a long way. You know, like everyone trusts a teacher. Yeah, so you want to use it and say, actually, I've been in the educational space, I've been in the training space my entire career. Yeah, one of the things that I love to do is work with amazing children, or I don't know what the deal was, so I'm making this up a little bit. Yeah,
children.
Yeah.
Private instructor, bus instructor. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
So
I can teach you how to do this.
Yeah, you just want to use your strengths and use your past experience to say, look, even though this is a brand new company, it's brand new for a reason, because this company has been set up for the purpose of doing this strategy in this area. But actually, what you've got behind the company is you've got me, you've got my amazing business partner who's been in property for 4 years on an international scale. We are bringing our years of experience. We've got great mentors. We've got a brilliant team. I'd never do anything with your money that I wouldn't do with my own. We analyze the deals. We know the area intimately. So hey, just be rest assured. Hey, all things there's an element of risk, but I just want you to know that I've got your back. And I want you to know, as one of my private funders, we are gonna have an amazing experience together. It's an amazing journey. So this is what I recommend. Tell me what you think. What I recommend is let's just start with 1 unit. We are currently looking for £5,000 on a fixed rate return at 6%, so it's not a lot of money. Yeah, and I know you've got a lot more than that, and I know you really want to scale with us, so let's do this. Let's start with 1. Come on board to the family. Let me and my business partner look after you. You can do an earn and learn. It's a legal contract, blah, 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 blah. Once we've done the first one, then I'm pretty sure you're going to want to scale and you're going to get more of your money working for you. How does that sound? Yeah. Now, I don't know if you did anything like that. Did you or not?
Something similar.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like this. I think it was a friend through my dad.
Yeah, okay.
Again, sort of like he was along the lines of, well, I haven't got time at the moment to look into it all. And again, it's down to my inexperience more than him as an investor.
Yeah.
But again, once I've got the experience, at least I can go back to him and go.
Exactly. So you've got that on the back burner. You've got that on the back burner. You know, answering that question, you're not going to get everyone. You know, you're going to get more confidence. So probably 6 or 12 months, if you was in that position again, you'd probably get them over the line. You do have to spend time with some of these private funders. So maybe that's a meal, maybe that's a coffee, maybe that's coming around the house.
Maybe just going to his pub.
Maybe just going to his pub and having a little sit down. Yeah.
She's been there all the time.
Well, it's down in Windsor, unfortunately, so it's sort of like.
Yeah. But you have got another investor on board, is that right? Well done. Yeah. Is that a fixed rate return or is it more of a portfolio builder? Fixed rate. Hey, give these girls a massive round of applause. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. So the other thing you can do to build as you build, and I've not been as good at this, but I need to get better. Is all your private funders, when they're on board, you can get them to do a quick 60-second little mashup testimonial. And then over time, you can put them onto your website or you can just use them in your marketing material. You know, if you've got another investor that's on the page, you say, hey, well, look, here's 10 of my previous investors, go listen to their testimonials.
Right, so once we've set up an investor pack,
yes,
we could do sort of like a recommendation, or not a recommendation, but
just a success story.
Yeah, a testimonial. Yeah, you can put these onto a YouTube channel. You can hide them if you want, but put them on, and then you get a QR code. You can put your QR codes into your investor pack. And they just click on the QR code. Hey, hear from some of our previous private funders. And they just scan the QR code and then it boom takes them to the whatever, YouTube, and then they just watch it. So it's something you can build up to. Obviously you haven't got that at the moment.
So just imagine you're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And you haven't got your empire and your contacts around you. And you've done a bit of joint venturing and you've managed to raise, let's just say £50,000.
Okay.
But you haven't got your circle.
Yeah.
You know, where would you go? What would you do?
So great, Chris. So what would I do with that £50,000, you mean?
So you're starting from scratch basically.
Yeah.
You've just got the money, you've raised it.
Oh, right.
Now what?
Okay.
But you can't use your team.
Yeah. So what would I do is find the right appropriate deal to use that money for. So, you know, depending, you can buy property, you know, depending where you are in the country, using 50 grand. So you might make the decision to go and buy an asset using that money and then follow the buy, refurbish, refinance process. So you buy something BMV, give it some love, refinance out and aim to pull as much of that £50,000 out the deal as possible.
So you go down the service accommodation deal?
Yeah, so that just depends. So that could be a buy, refurbish, refine, depending where you are in the country. But if, you know, there's people live down, where are you based?
In the Midlands.
In the Midlands, yeah. So, you know, you could go even more north and get cheaper property. So you might say, you know what, I'm going to do buy, refurbish, refinance, try and utilise that money as best as I can to pull it out the deal. And then you've got a decision to make. You can use that property for a normal single let, or if it's in the right location, you can then just run it as serviced accommodation. So that's one option. The second option is that you might use that initial 50,000 to go towards, say, 6 or 7 or anywhere up to 10 initial rent-to-rent serviced accommodation properties. Let's just say you're in at 5 grand a deal. You got 50 grand. What's that? It's 10 deals, right? Yeah. Potentially, you've got enough money there for 10 rent-to-rent SAs. The downside with rent-to-rent is what? You don't own it. You could do a lease option and have the option to buy it, but you don't own it. But the upside is you haven't got to raise lots of money. You haven't got to go through the buying process. What's that, sorry? It's a good exit strategy. And the reason that most people like the rent-to-rent serviced accommodation is that it is a high cash flow strategy. You know, Haviz has had some incredible results, but you could go full out and let's say you get 10 deals, and let's say worst case, they show you £1,000 a month per deal. All of a sudden, all going well, you could be up at 10 grand a month, 120 grand a year by investing that 50 grand. That would be something I would look to do, yeah. And that's going to get you a far quicker result, isn't it, than buying refurbished refinancing. Now you might own the property, but then you've only got one property, yeah? So this cash flow, that's why people like Laura North and Hadja and Rob Mason and Kazima, Michael and all the amazing people that you know in your academy as well, getting these results, minimum cash in, maximum cash out. So you can then build to that 100 grand a year level. You can then use the money from that to then go and buy your own assets. Hey, so I really hope you enjoyed coming behind the scenes at one of my live academy days. I absolutely love serving and inspiring and motivating people just like yourself. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. So hey, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, leave me your question or comment below, and make sure you stay tuned for more videos.